The question I hear most about estate planning is this: do I need a trust? Most people have an idea of what a will is. Some have heard of trust, but they wonder which is right for me. Sometimes a will is enough. In other cases, a living trust makes life easier, helps avoid probate, and can be more tax efficient. Today, let's dive into these two popular estate planning tools, living trusts and wills. We'll figure out which one or what combination could work best for you. Welcome to Your Financial Bud. I'm Bud Milligan, Certified Financial Planner and Wealth Manager with Milligan Wealth Management. Estate planning is a key part of financial planning. One of the biggest decisions, whether to use a trust. I help clients understand the differences between a living trust and a will. You probably know what a will is, but there are different types of trusts. Today, we're going to focus on a specific trust called the living trust, probably one of the most common trusts used in estate planning, and how it is different from a will. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the pros, the cons, and the decision factors. You'll be ready to build a plan that protects what matters most. Estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. In my opinion, everybody has an estate plan. It's really just a matter of whether you create it or whether you let the state create one for you, which we call intestacy. Estate planning is about making sure your assets, guardianship wishes for your children, and final instructions are followed. Without a plan, your loved ones might face the courts, unnecessary taxes, or months, even years of probate. A solid will or living trust makes things easier. It saves money, and it gives you peace of mind. Now, what is a will? A will is a legal document. It outlines how you want your assets distributed and who will care for your minor children if something happens to you. A will only takes effect after you pass away. It has to go through probate, a court-supervised process to validate the document, to settle debts, and distribute assets. Probate can be expensive, it can be complicated, and it can be slow. But in some cases, it's really the best way to settle an estate. So here are the advantages of having a will. They are simple and less expensive to create up front. They let you name guardians for your children. They can be flexible for changing situations. Now, there are a few drawbacks, one being that it is public record once filed in probate court. So if you don't want the public to know what you left in your estate, you might not want that to go through probate court, so a will might not be sufficient. There might be delays and court costs, and there's less privacy for asset distribution. A living trust is a legal arrangement. You transfer ownership of your assets into a trust, which you control during your lifetime. You name yourself as trustee, and you pick up a successor trustee to step in if you become incapacitated or pass away. A living trust avoids probate. Your beneficiaries can access assets much faster. So here are some key benefits to a living trust. Number one, it bypasses the probate, saving time and money. It is private. Trust documents are not public record. And it offers seamless management if you become incapacitated. Now, some downsides are that it has higher initial costs and it is more complex. You also have to retitle assets into the trust's name, and it may require more effort to update. So let's do a side-by-side comparison of wills and living trusts. When we talk about probate, a will does go through probate, a living trust does not. For privacy level, a will is public record, a trust is private. The cost to set up a will is lower than a trust and certainly higher for a living trust. When it comes to incapacity planning, that's very limited with a will, and you have built-in successor trustees with the living trust. Also, the speed of distribution is usually much slower with a will, taking months to years often, and then faster with a living trust, taking usually just weeks, sometimes months. Maintenance requirements are lower for a will and moderate to a living trust in that you have to retitle assets. A will is a good fit for people with modest estates, below probate-exempt limits. Anyone wanting a straightforward, inexpensive tool. Parents who need to name guardians for children. And those comfortable with the public probate process. If your main goal is just naming guardians or handling a small estate, a will can work perfectly. But you might want to consider a living trust if you own real estate in more than one state, if you have a high value or complex portfolio, if you want privacy and to skip probate completely, if you want heirs to settle things quickly, and if you need a plan for incapacity without a court guardian. A living trust makes sense when privacy, time, and seamless transfer are top priorities. Now, here are some key questions to ask yourself when trying to make this decision of whether to use a will or a living trust or some combination. What's my estate's total value? Do I own property in multiple states? How important is privacy to me and my family? Do I want an incapacity plan without court involvement? And what's my budget for setup and maintenance? Your answers to these questions will lead you to the right estate planning tool. Now, here are some next steps for what to do at this point. Number 1, make an inventory of your assets, real estate, retirement accounts, investments. Step 2 is to talk to an estate planning attorney or a certified financial planner. Number 3, draft your will or living trust, and if you choose a trust, be sure to fund it. Number 4, review your documents every 3 to 5 years or after major life events. As a certified financial planner, I help clients build a plan for their lifetime goals, including the final transfer to heirs and beneficiaries. I coordinate estate attorneys and CPAs as needed, making sure your team is on the same page. Thanks for watching another episode of Your Financial Bud. If this video helped you understand wills versus living trusts, hit like and subscribe for more financial insights. If you have questions about financial or estate planning, wills, or trusts, reach out to me. Visit milliganwealth.com for tools, calculators, and articles, or schedule an appointment by just clicking on the calendar icon on the left of my website. Take care of your loved ones. Make estate planning a priority so your legacy can live on. Until next week, I'm Bud Milligan, your financial bud.